Hi everyone, so I've just finished filming my fall haul and I thought I would film a makeup tutorial with some of the products that I've purchased just to show you a really wearable, going out or dressier kind of fall look. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is use my eye cream, and during the fall season or autumnal, if we're going to use the English word, you'll see that we can get a little bit darker around the eyes than normal. So I'm going to use this Balance Me Extra Care Wonder Eye Cream, and I got this in last month's glossy box, and I'm just looking at my mirror up here, and I'm going to start by putting 3 dots underneath where the bags of my eyes are. Now, I don't really find that I have bags other than in the colder months. In the summer they're not as bad, and I'm just wicking that in, pressing in the product around, and it's really moisturising and it just helps smooth out and add some moisture back to those areas where we might need it. Then I'm going to moisturise my face just using my beloved Satsuma body butter, and I'm just going to wick the product into the areas where I get the most dryness, which for me is on the forehead, around the cheek area and on the chin. If you do have oily skin, you're better off looking for a moisturiser that does. I mean, I have quite dry skin and this moisturiser works fine for me, but I couldn't say whether it would work fine for you because I don't have oily skin. Then I'm going to use my Clearasil Spot Treatment, and I'm just going to put it on the few blemishes that I have. Now that that's soaked in, we're going to take our foundation, and I'm using the Rimmel Match Perfection, and the great thing about this product is you need the smallest amount, literally 1 pump will do, and just pop that into the centre of your face because you want to focus the product in the centre where we need it most. And if you're wondering, I'm using a EcoTools foundation brush. Once the product is fully on, just going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte powder in the colour Translucent and a kabuki brush, and I'm just going to set the foundation. So I'm not going to use any bronzer for this look just because I feel like in the fall time, in the winter, colder months, I don't tend to wear a lot of bronzer. So I'm going to move on to the eyebrows, and I'm going to be using my Rimmel eyebrow pencil in the colour dark brown. Yep, 001 dark brown. And I'm just going to lightly fill in my eyebrows. So when they're pretty even, we'll move on to the eyes, and I'm just going to take my colour tattoo in the colour Pink Gold, and I'm just going to use that as a base to the eyeshadow that we're about to apply. And I do find this product a whole lot easier to apply with my finger. Now, taking my Naked palette, I'm going to start by using this colour Toasted, And I find that this colour really complements the colour tattoo that we put on there already. And I'm just going to wick that across the entire eye. Now you don't need to be neat about this because we're going to fix it all later. And this is just our base colour. So once that's on, we're going to take this colour Hustle and using a blending brush, tap the product on to the brush and wipe off any excess and just start working that from the corner of the eye in and blend. And this is where you're going to spend most of your time. Just keep blending and blending and blending. So now I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to take this colour Virgin. And I'm just going to put that underneath the brow bone. And over the last bit of the eyeshadow that we've used, just to soften that edge up a little bit. And then go back in with the blending brush. And then take the same Hustle and take that with a shadow brush under the eye. And then join it to that point that we made before. And that's the eye look that we've got going on. Now this step is optional just because I do like a very dark eye. I'm going to take this colour Creep and I'm literally going to tap it in my brush once and then just wick that into the corner of the eye just to add the tiniest bit of depth. And then again once, and then wick that into that V shape. And that's the eyes. Shadow complete. Now taking my Scandalise waterproof eye kohl, I'm just going to line the waterline. And this is actually a water liner. That's a waterproof liner that actually will line your waterline. And then take it underneath. What the heck is that noise? Stupid next door. And their kid's moped. So now that we have the waterline and the tide line, I think it's called, I'm going to take my Glam Eyes waterproof eyeliner. And I'm just going to line the top. And flick out the edge. Now, if you're not super good at using eyeliner, waterproof eyeliner, this is perfect because it's got such a thin end. And I need to scratch my nose. And it's much easier if you use the product this way and then only use the point end when doing the cat eye. So now that that's complete, we're just going to let that dry Using your favourite mascara, mine is the Falsies Volume Express. I'm just going to apply a layer of mascara, and I absolutely love this mascara. Right, now that the eyes are done, we'll move on to the cheeks, and I'm going to be using this sleek blush in the colour Pomegranate. And it's this beautiful dark colour. And using a blush brush, you need the tiniest amount, and I'm just going to focus that colour to the end of the cheek, not the apples. I know that you're supposed to put blush on the apples of your cheek, but I think it gives you a much more hollowed in look if you concentrate it on these areas. And then moving on to lipstick, I'm going to use my Kate lipstick in the colour 107, which is this really nice dark red shade. And if you're not super good at doing lipstick, I find if you use it the wrong way around and use the point to line your lips, and that is the finished look. It's a really dark, smouldery autumnal look, and it's great for a night out or an evening or a dinner, that type of thing. Probably a little bit heavy for the daytime, but it's great for if you're out on a date or if you're meeting up with a boyfriend for a meal or you're going on a night out. It's a really vampy look, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you next time. Bye.